Hey y'all, this is Shelly Cristobal over at Hearing Healthcare Services in Durham, North Carolina. I have had so many questions from patients, friends, random people I've run into in places about these new regulations that were published by the FDA earlier this week regarding hearing aids. In general, across the audiology world, we are excited about these changes that have come about. We know that only about a third of people who need hearing aids use them or have them, and we really want to get more people into hearing care sooner. We know that cost has been a barrier, and we know that stigma has been a barrier. And so we're excited about some new options or new attention being paid to hearing care. That being said, the regulations were passed down from the FDA on Tuesday. This has been a work in progress since 2017, and there's been lots of input from audiologists, ear, nose, and throat specialists, policymakers, lots of different folks on generating these regulations. Over-the-counter hearing aids have been around for really, truly 40 or 50 years. You've been able to order hearing aids online. You've been able to order hearing aids as seen on TV. You've been able to pick up amplifiers on the shelf at Walmart or CVS. All of those things have been around for a very, very long time. With these regulations, these things that have been on the market are going to be safer, and you'll have a better idea of what you're actually getting. You guys know that I am a total nerd, and I've played with a lot of these devices so that I know what I'm talking about when my patients ask questions. I ordered a set of the Power Ear devices, which is one of the as seen on TV, $99 for a hearing aid. I ordered a set, I played with a set. They are frightening, quite frankly. I'm scared that they were allowed to be on the market. They absolutely are out there causing hearing losses or worsening hearing losses. The distortion in them means that folks were not understanding speech or getting the benefits that they're looking for. So that's particularly frustrating that things like that have been out there and have been out there for years and years. I also played with a set of the over-the-counter or self-fitting devices from Bose, and they were pretty decent. They did a decent job. They were not something that was appropriate for my patients with more complex hearing losses or moderate to moderately severe hearing losses. But for somebody who just wants a little help or just needs to get started in hearing care, they're a decent option. They're good. We've actually been carrying Jabra's line of self-fitting hearing aids here at HHCS for about 6 months now, and we've had some good success with them. They're not a perfect option for everybody. They are really designed for particular patterns of hearing loss, particular types of hearing loss that'll get good benefit from them. So it really is about whether the individual is a good fit for the hearing aid and the hearing aid is a good fit for the individual. What we run into with a lot of these over-the-counter devices is just the lack of customization. The Bose and Jabras, through their app that they have available, they offer some customization based on which pieces of sound you hear and at what levels, so that there's some relationship between sounds that is a better balance. That's why those were such an improvement. It's still miles and miles from the amount of customization and processing support that we have available in traditional hearing aids. I hate to even talk about traditional hearing aids in that way, because the hearing aids we are working with today, in terms of the mainstream devices that are fit by a professional, they're so different than the devices that were on the market even 10 or 15 years ago, certainly 20 or 30 years ago. And it is heads and tails. They're completely different types of devices, but we're still calling them hearing aids. They're not just amplifiers. They're very, very precise equalizers. We have adjustments at different loudness levels as well. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. The over-the-counter devices are, with the regulations, I'm excited that we'll have more folks getting access to them. But it's important to keep in mind things that are not customized to the individual are going to be just not quite as helpful and not quite as when it comes to speech understanding. That's a very complex task for the human brain, and so it really does take it really will have some limitations to what it can offer. I am open to any questions you guys have about them. Like I said, I'm trying to answer the questions I've heard the most over the past 2 days. I've been really pleased with some of the over-the-counter devices that I have worn around and that I have done measurements with my equipment to see how they hold up, how they stand, what type of sound they produce. They're sort of like reading glasses. Reading glasses aren't precisely fit to your astigmatism and exact balance of nearsightedness and farsightedness. But if what you need to do is get a little bit of a boost to read a page, it's spectacular. With the new technology that's available in acoustics and in computer technology, they are able to offer some help with managing background noise. They are able to offer some control over the balance of sound. So we're really excited to get more folks paying attention to hearing care sooner. We know that hearing loss in middle life is associated with dramatically higher risk of dementia later in life. And we've been working hard to bring awareness to that and to help encourage folks to seek hearing care sooner and treat their hearing losses earlier. I've absolutely seen a pattern of our patients and friends and folks who are Gen X and younger that we don't want to, we'd rather be someone who looks like they wear a hearing aid than someone who looks like they're not engaged or someone who looks like they answer incorrectly. We are happy to get as much help as we need to stay the best version of ourselves, and we're not afraid to seek that out and figure that out for ourselves where things like self-fitting and over-the-counter resources are helpful. We're also not afraid to go to a professional when we do need a little bit more help. Certainly, I've had lots of folks concerned about sort of the business side of this, and when reading glasses became approved and acceptable under regulations, optometrists saw more patients coming to them because more people were paying attention to vision issues. We don't hesitate at all to have you get a Tylenol over the counter. That doesn't mean your pharmacists aren't going to have a job. We do a lot more than just hearing aids, especially here at Hearing Healthcare. We work with cochlear implants and other implantable devices. We offer auditory processing support, whether that's testing for auditory processing disorders or different types of therapy for auditory processing support to help improve those skills and help particularly kids in school find life a little easier. We do lots of earwax removal. We do lots of tinnitus help, tinnitus support, testing of tinnitus, and then different types of training programs around tinnitus. So we have a ton that we can do to help you with your ears. We're just glad to have some additional resources to work with. We've had some good success with these self-fitting devices that we've been working with. They're not appropriate for everyone. They definitely have their limitations, but they've been really a nice fit for some folks who need something, just a simple solution. I am excited to get lots of questions from folks. Please feel free to shoot us an email if you have additional questions. admin@hearinghealthcarenc.com will reach us, or the contact box on our website, hearinghealthcarenc.com, comes to us, and we're happy to answer questions personally or even better, we'll pop on and do another video. Thanks so much for your questions and engagement. We are excited to continue to take great care of folks and to have some more resources to do so. Have a great weekend.